It's time to BS.
The NFC favorite.
If you say anything other than Seahawks, you need to depart the show.
Okay. Okay. The only reason I am not 100% picking the Seahawks,
Yeah.
and I need you to hear me out on this one. It's not the Rams. It's San Francisco.
Okay.
And,
I can
and
buy
here's
that.
why. Here's
I can
why.
buy this.
San Francisco was without Fred Warner most of the year.
Yep.
George Kittle most of the year.
Yep.
Not 100% of Christian McCaffrey. Not 100% of Brock Purdy. But they still had Mac Jones. Not 100. Brandon Ayuk was done for the entire season. He's out. He's released.
Yeah.
The whole 9 yards.
Yeah. What a team that was one game away from the top seed. They don't need that kind of
That's the
negativity
other
around
thing,
their
because
team. They don't need
That's
that.
the other thing. San Francisco, in spite all of their injuries,
Yes.
Nick Bosa, torn ACL, aside from all of their injuries, all of them, they were one win away from the number one seed in the NFC.
Yep.
The only counterpunch I would do to that is I'm with you, Dan. Is their schedule was one of the easiest in the NFL last year,
Correct.
despite the fact that they played the Rams and the Seahawks twice.
Yes,
Mhm.
correct.
But they will not have that again this year.
No,
But
that's
them
gonna be a
being
hard
healthy
schedule.
can compensate that.
Yes, correct. And Diamador Lenore, as much trash he did talk, he did not have a great year.
No.
He didn't. And the other thing, they brought back Drake Greenlaw, who was with Denver last season. They brought in Christian Kirk.
They brought in Mike Evans.
That was the
That's
other thing.
right.
They brought in
They
Mike
brought
Evans.
in
They
Evans.
desperately needed a number one receiver.
Yeah.
And I thought
Desperately
they would
needed
make
one.
some kind of a trade. You mentioned the backup quarterback.
Yeah. I thought they were trading
would
Mac
trade
Jones.
him out of there. They did not.
Yeah. They didn't,
And so-
which is good.
Their quarterback situation is about as good as you can get it.
And that's
Yep.
the only reason I'm not 100% picking the Seahawks, because of San Francisco. That's the only reason.
I agree with you, Dan. You laid it out beautifully. The other reason I'm not 100% picking the Seahawks, and let's not get it, I will never underestimate Mike McDonald and
Sean McVay.
Sean McVay I will never underestimate, but I will never doubt John Schneider and Mike McDonald again. However, you look at how hard it is to repeat as Super Bowl champions. You look at the road that the Seahawks had to the Super Bowl. There was the schedule was harder than people realize, because people wanted to talk about how easy the Seahawks schedule was last year, but a lot of the teams that the Seahawks played were decent last year. You want to talk about an easy schedule? Talk about the Patriots on the
Absolutely.
AFC side. Okay,
Here's the other thing.
Super
Keep
Bowl
going, I'll take my
hangover.
point.
Super Bowl hangover is real.
Philadelphia,
It's a
perfect example.
It is a thing.
And you also lost. I mean, let's call it what it is. Whether you agree that Kenneth Walker, you lost one of your MVPs from the year before, Super Bowl MVP,
Mhm.
and you lost some key pieces because you can't keep everybody when it comes to and their schedule is going to get harder as well. So
The other thing that I will counterpoint that,
yeah.
we understand the Rams. We understand this at this point in the last couple of years. It's a recurring theme that I do not trust the Rams.
Yeah.
It is a recurring theme that I do not trust them. I appreciate them. I love the fact that the Rams are this good, because it makes playing against them that much more fun.
Mm-hmm.
San Francisco, same thing. It makes it that much more fun. I am a psychopath that way. However,
it's iron sharpens iron.
with
It
that
does.
being said, I will not deny the fact that the Rams made an upgraded corner with Trey McDuffie.
Yes,
True.
They got
They
him
did.
for cheap.
Well, it remains to be seen how cheap that is, but
For what he is worth, the contract aside, what they gave up for him was cheap. He's that good of a corner. Now, it's not the Jalen Ramsey deal, to be fair, because that was 2 first-round picks in a second, because that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it got him a Super Bowl. Here's why I do not trust the Rams, and this is a recurring theme on this show. The Rams do one thing better than anybody in this division, and they shoot themselves in the foot. They do. They do.
They do. We've seen it.
We've seen it multiple times.
Yeah.
2 years ago, what was the Rams' biggest problem? Couldn't stop the run and couldn't beat Philadelphia. What happened to the playoffs? They got smoked by Philadelphia. What happened last season? Special teams, and close games.
In the close games, they figured out how to lose the close games.
Yes. They have played down to their competition every year. There is almost always 2 or 3 games out of the entire year where the Rams choke on them. They do. The Falcons last season, the Panthers last season, they should have lost to the Panthers twice.
Right.
But they didn't.
They could have lost to them in that playoff game.
That's what I was saying. They should have lost to the Panthers twice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And let's not forget, they had a 16-point lead on the Seahawks with 5 minutes remaining on the Thursday night game.
That's what I was going to say. They choked the Thursday night game.
They choked the Thursday night game.
There's no way to sugarcoat that. We want to take, hey, the Seahawks took it, but the Rams
spoon-fed it to us.
Spoon-fed it. And the Rams as Super Bowl champions, that's 5 years ago now.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So not much has changed. Take that Super Bowl champion out of the window now.
Yes, correct.
And you have what you're talking about, where they've given up the ghost at the worst possible time in the last few years.
And not only that, who's gotten significantly older since that Super Bowl run?
Oh,
Stafford.
Yes, it's Matthew Stafford, and they're
granted won the MVP and deservedly so last season.
Yes,
I do not think the voting should have been that close.
And
I don't think so either, but it is what it is.
Because, East Coast biased anyway.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense because it's Los Angeles, but whatever.
I do love Matthew Stafford. He's tough as nails.
I do too.
Very, very accurate passer, everything else. But you got to admit, last year they were lucky to get the run that they got out of him with his back.
He was, because he didn't get beat into the ground.
Yeah.
A whole lot. We did not.
A whole lot. And so, when we talk about the power teams, all 3 teams from the NFC West are at the top of the NFC.
And they're going to get better.
And they're going to stay there. Because who in the NFC, Philadelphia?
Okay, Julie makes a good point. Julie from Michigan, who you can probably figure it out, she's a Lions fan. It pains her to say this. She thinks that the Packers are going to be a force next season.
Bro. They keep saying that, and Vince. Vince, he wants to pump them up all the time.
I don't think so. And I will tell you why.
And they're another team that shoots themselves in the foot every inopportune time.
Matt LaFleur is a perfect. It's weird. It goes back to Mike McCarthy when the Packers have shot themselves in the foot, no matter who's the coach or who's the quarterback. It's all the time with them. I don't understand. Now, I think Chicago, in spite of trading DJ Moore away, they should be fine.
I think they'll be fine. And the Lions will be better.
Detroit's going to get better.
Will be better.
I think Detroit's going to end up being better than the Vikings.
I do too.
Yeah,
by a mile.
But I think you want to talk about the stage being set for a crazy redemption story. Let's see what Kevin O'Connell can do with Kyler Murray. Because look at what he's done with, no disrespect to him, but lesser quarterbacks. He made Josh Downs or Josh Dobbs. Yeah, Josh Dobbs, not Downs. I knew it was wrong when it came out of my mouth. He made Dobbs look good. He made Nick Mullins look good. He made, and Sam Darnold. Come on.
The other team, we're not even mentioning the NFC South, because Carolina won the division last season by being under 500.
Right. Because
Tampa's not that far behind.
Yeah.
Tampa's not far behind, and look out. New Orleans has something building.
Yeah, they do have something.
They do, and Shaw. What? How do you pronounce that guy's name?
Oh, Shuck.
Shuck?
Yeah,
Shuck?
it's Shuck.
Okay. And
It's
he
crazy.
had a very good rookie season.